The history of fashion in China spans thousands of years, with each dynasty and era leaving its mark on the development of clothing and style. From the ancient Han Dynasty to the modern era, Chinese fashion has evolved and adapted to reflect the changing social, cultural, and political context of the time. During the Han Dynasty, 206 BCE to 220 CE, the traditional Hanfu clothing style emerged, characterized by flowing robes with wide sleeves and a loose fit. The style was influenced by the nomadic tribes of the north, and it became the dominant clothing style in China for several centuries. In the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, the clothing style became more form-fitting, with a focus on highlighting the curves of the body. Women's clothing, in particular, featured elaborate embroidery and intricate designs, reflecting the luxurious lifestyle of the time. In the Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279 CE, the clothing style became more refined and elegant, with a focus on simplicity and subtlety. The style emphasized the natural beauty of the fabric and the quality of the craftsmanship, with minimal adornment or decoration. During the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 CE, fashion became more colorful and ornate, with bright colors and intricate designs. The clothing style featured elaborate embroidery, silk fabrics, and gold and silver threads, reflecting the opulence and wealth of the time. In the Qing Dynasty, 1644 to 1912 CE, fashion became more conservative and restrained, with a focus on traditional Chinese clothing styles. The Qing Dynasty saw the emergence of the Manchu clothing style, characterized by long robes with a high collar and wide sleeves. The style became the national dress of China and was worn by both men and women. In the modern era, Chinese fashion has undergone significant changes, reflecting the influence of Western fashion and the changing social and political context. In the early 20th century, Chinese fashion designers began to incorporate Western styles and techniques into their designs, creating a unique fusion of East and West. During the Cultural Revolution, 1966 to 1976, fashion was heavily influenced by socialist ideals, with a focus on simplicity, functionality, and practicality. Clothing was designed to be durable and easy to wear, with a focus on comfort and utility. In the post-Mao era, fashion has become more diverse and experimental, reflecting the growing influence of globalization and the changing attitudes towards individuality and self-expression. Chinese fashion designers have gained international recognition for their innovative designs and unique approach to fashion. In recent years, China's fashion industry has undergone significant growth and development, becoming a major player in the global fashion market. The rise of Chinese fashion has been driven by a combination of factors, including the country's growing middle class, the rise of e-commerce, and the government's support for the fashion industry. One of the key drivers of China's fashion industry has been the country's growing middle class. As more people in China have moved into the middle class, there has been a growing demand for fashion and luxury goods. This has created a huge market for domestic and international fashion brands, with many companies now targeting the Chinese market as a key growth opportunity. Another important factor in the rise of Chinese fashion has been the growth of e-commerce. China has the largest e-commerce market in the world, with companies like Alibaba and JD.com dominating the online retail space. This has created new opportunities for fashion brands to reach consumers in China, particularly in smaller cities and rural areas where traditional brick-and-mortar stores may not be present. The Chinese government has also played a role in supporting the growth of the fashion industry. In recent years, the government has launched several initiatives aimed at promoting the development of the fashion industry, including the creation of fashion parks and the